Bro, when the teachers start quitting mid-sentence like this, you know the school system is officially cooked. Parents wilding, kids vaping in class, administrators hiding in the office. This video right here, pure classroom chaos. Let's get to it.
Shut the hell up! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm walking right out the door. I won't ever be back.
Teachers ain't snapping for no reason. Bro, look at what they dealing with.
Teachers are quitting mid-year again, at record numbers. Here's one of the reasons why. A student who wasn't assigned to me or my classroom was let into my room by another adult, a teacher's aide, and repeatedly ignored my direction and instructions to leave. Eventually, she repeatedly called me a and threatened me with physical violence, which sent me into a panic attack.
Imagine being underpaid and threatened by somebody who still eats a Lunchable.
I called the office for support, and as soon as the dean of students showed up to my classroom, I left and I went to the stairwell to go cry. And once I calmed down, which took my entire lunch, I was expected to go back and teach my...
Bro, the parents are worse than the kids. That's the real plot twist.
By the end of the day, the videos that the student took of me circulated amongst the student body. The student was not given a consequence that was fitting. She was sent home for the day. That was it.
Back in the day, you feared your mom more than the principal. Now, nobody is scared of anybody.
Teachers aren't leaving because they don't care about the kids. They're leaving because the system no longer lets them teach kids. Teachers quitting mid-year every single year is not an exodus. It's self-preservation.
First grade little girl just slapped my third grade student, and when the line supervisors were disciplining her, she said, "Don't worry, my mom must come up here and take care of it."
You can't teach reading in a class that feels like WWE locker room.
No wonder why teachers are quitting.
Do you guys remember back in the 90s, back in the 80s, people would be terrified to have their parents find out that they got in trouble at school? Are not parenting. And this exactly happened to me when I was teaching. There was a lot of times I got chewed out by parents. One of the funniest stories that I got chewed out by a parent was because I told her son to sit down in my class. And she looked at me and said, "He's a strong, independent man and he can do whatever he wants."
He's a strong, independent man? Ma'am, he's 9. He still needs glue sticks.
And he's not going to listen to a quote-unquote colonizer. He would literally always get up, try to talk to his friends, be on his phone, cuss, etc. But then she had the nerve to tell me that, you're not going to tell my son what to do. And then when I went to my administrators for support, they just blamed it on, household trauma and I should be more understanding.
Over 1,000 teachers have quit in the state of Arizona since July. Many people want to speculate that it's always about money. I'm going to tell you something. If I wanted money, I would not be teaching.
Nah, this much disrespect for $42K a year couldn't be me.
I would not stay in education because I feel for the amount of work that we have to do. And we've got lesson planning and grading and essays, to look over and pre-planning. If you could tell me that the vulgar language would be gone, that the disrespect by students would be gone, that the support by administrators would strengthen. You've got kids vaping in class right now and not a damn thing is done. You know why? Because we can't check backpacks anymore.
Imagine trying to teach while somebody vapes cotton candy fairy in the back.
Because we can't pull kids out of the classroom and check their they refuse to sit down. They refuse to use profanity. They refuse to do their work. They have adamantly told me I'm not doing anything. And this administrator, that is why teachers are quitting.
Baby, listen. Them teachers quitting left and right. And I don't blame them.
At this point, y'all, I just need to start a documentary. There is no way that it's 11:15 and I'm on the brink of tears.
Baby, I know you ain't lying. I went sub for 2 days. The third day, I pulled my children out the school.
Because I want to go home so bad.
Bro, it's 11:15 a.m. and teachers are already crying in the car?
These kids are horrible. Horrible.
Most of them horrible because of the parents.
Kids be arguing like they pay property tax. Sit down, little homie.
No accountability whatsoever, baby.
They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable.
And it's so sad because some of those teachers really want those children to be better.
The whole system running on vibes and caffeine at this point.
I think some of us need to be embarrassed about how our children are acting at school. Because like when a student is disrespectful at school, I'm like, oh, okay, so you're just disrespectful at home then too. Because like clearly, if you're going to be disrespectful to me, I can't even imagine how disrespectful you are at home. Like, bring back being embarrassed about how our kids act at school.
When a kid wilds out at school, that's a direct reflection of the parents.
Hey, my name is Kelsey, and my teacher bestie is really overstimulated and ready to quit her job. So I'm going to go remind her of her why. Welcome to Jackass.
High school teachers are quitting and warning America about the future of our workforce. Here's why.
As somebody that taught high school and basically educating our new young adults, every last one of us should be scared. These kids cannot read. They cannot write. There is no type of comprehension skills, no type of critical thinking. They cannot do anything on their own. They expect everything to be given to them. So in my class, we did this thing where I made them write once a week. They would have some type of assignment where they would have to write at least a paragraph, meaning 5 sentences. 5 sentences. The amount of assignments that I got in with 1 sentence, 2 sentences, the amount of complaints I got with the whole 5 sentences, that's too much.
Kid turning in 1 sentence paragraphs like AI don't exist.
Can we do 3? Isn't 3 considered a paragraph? Oh, baby. We are in for a wild ride, y'all. Every assignment that I gave them, there was several students that came to my desk and made me walk them through the entire assignment. The whole thing.
This ain't education no more. This is a crisis management with a whiteboard.
But genuinely, the truth of the matter is everybody is failing these kids. Everybody. The school board with all these different rules, they're failing these kids. The principals or admin altogether, they're failing these kids, and they're failing the teachers because they're basically telling us that we had to just pass a child along just to keep these graduation numbers up. Oh, and don't get me started on the parents. Like, I will call and say, hey, your child is failing, and the first thing is, well, why didn't I know about this? Probably because you didn't answer the phone.
Ma'am, you ain't answered the phone since August.
Probably because you didn't respond to my email. On top of that, you have 24-hour access to Power School. When I tell y'all it is horrible, like the parents that are here now are not the parents that we had growing up. So unfortunately, it's not these kids' faults. I mean, yeah, they're lazy, but like, what are you supposed to do when all you got to do is tell your mama, well, she failing me, and the school board is going to accommodate that parent? Like, it's crazy, y'all. We should be very scared for our new nurses, our new doctors, our new everybody. These colleges are going to have to start lowering their requirement because the amount of kids that are going to come into these schools and they cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot do anything without AI. We should really be scared.
I want to quit teaching. I got hired the day before school.
They expect you to be a full teacher, therapist, security guard, and a mind reader.
And they just expect me to understand everything right away, to know what to do. And because I've wanted to be a teacher since I was literally 4 years old, and coming to like a realization that I don't want to do it anymore.
You want to know why teachers are dropping like flies? It's the behavior. It's not the planning and all the paperwork. It's not the grading. It's not the meetings. It's the behavior. Y'all, I cannot even begin to tell you the number of teachers who reach out to me just sharing their experiences as an educator right now. It is awful. I am so grateful that I have not had to endure half of what some of these teachers out here are going through. It is ridiculous. It is the daily disrespect, the constant disruptions, and the lack of accountability. Teachers are tired of being told to build relationships with these kids who can flip over a desk and face 0 consequences. They are tired of being told to just ignore it while the rest of the class has to suffer. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Behavior is the number one reason that good teachers are walking away from this profession. And until that is addressed, nothing else is going to change. There are some teachers out here who are dealing with extreme behaviors. They are screaming, they're fighting, they're throwing things, they're walking out of the room, they're refusing to do work. And somehow they are expected to handle all of that with a smile and a calm tone. It's exhausting. They keep saying, well, build the relationships. Nobody's talking about the trauma, the lack of boundaries, and the emotional load that teachers carry trying to keep 25 different needs balanced all at one time. It is too much. Then you say, well, just ignore it. Well, what about those kids who do come to school to learn? It's not fair to them. Teachers are getting blamed for every single thing, and it makes no sense. So for my teacher friends out there struggling right now, y'all just hang in there or do what you need to do. And again, until schools, districts, and the policymakers address this behavior head on, it's going to continue to be what it is, a chaotic mess. So to every teacher who is dealing with behaviors that make you question why you're even doing this anymore, I am sorry. I am sorry that you are being asked to teach through chaos. I'm sorry that your lessons are being interrupted more than they are being taught. I'm sorry that you are being told to build relationships instead of being offered some real support. I am sorry that you are being blamed for things that are far beyond your control. You didn't sign up to be a therapist or a crisis manager or even a security guard. You signed up to teach and make a difference. And I just want you to know that you are, even when it doesn't feel like it. You are showing up for those kids who do need some consistency, some love, and some support. And that's even when your tank is running on empty. So if nobody has told you lately, I see you, I'm proud of you, and I am so sorry that you are having to carry what the system.
Breaking news, this teacher's video titled "I Quit" is going viral. And it pretty much explained why I quit as well. Check this out.
This is the first time that I quit in the middle of the school year. This is also the first time that I put myself first when choosing between teaching and taking care of myself and my family. As most of you already know, education as we know it is in a crisis. Teachers are leaving left and right, and a lot of them won't disclose what those reasons are. But I'm going to tell you what mine were. Teachers are expected to do everything like counseling, teaching, measuring growth. And at the high school level, I had to do that for 150 students. I love
teachers doing 80 hours a week just to get threatened like a part-time babysitter.
my students dearly, but all of those mandates were stretching me to the point of near mental instability. And on top of that, it's really hard to have the support of the people who should have your back. To my students, please continue to follow your dreams and know that Miss Richard is still rooting for you.
I mean, hats off to this former teacher for putting herself and her mental health first and walking away from a profession that takes its own professionals for granted. Because teachers are expected to do way too much. Some teachers are working 80, 90 hours a week, developing anxiety problems because they're getting micromanaged by their administrators. They get no support from the principals, no support from the parents. They get horrible pay and they get treated horribly by the students. This is why so many teachers are just up and leaving, in the middle of the year.
Let me tell you why I quit being a teacher. Some of y'all are probably confused because you see I post a lot of subbing videos. No, y'all, I used to be a whole elementary school teacher. I taught 4th grade reading. I want to start off by saying it wasn't the kids at all. It also might just be the district I'm in, I don't know. But I feel like administration was a big one for me. Not all of the administration, just some people were, just messy and couldn't come to adults and talk to them. I also felt like I look young already, so I feel like adults felt like they just had more authority and could get me to do just any and everything. Just because I look young, which isn't fair at all. Also micromanagement, just being in the classroom, being a first-year teacher, I get that, you're going to have people coming in, checking on you and whatnot. That's fine, but when it gets to the points where I know you're coming in there and you're constantly just watching me while I'm teaching the kids, I don't like that. Also, a lot of the behavior issues. For my kids that wanted to be there and wanted to listen and learn, I'm there. I'm also there for my kids that aren't so much on that side, that kind of want to, act out and whatnot, need a little bit more attention.
Bro, being micromanaged by somebody who left teaching after one semester is crazy.
Just know, overall, it's hard to teach a class with a lot of a lot of behavior problems. Even if it's 1 or 2 kids, that can literally change the whole classroom to where they're getting everyone off task and then you can't teach. And the fact that administration comes in and they'll get them and they'll take them out and they'll send them back with candy and all types of things where I'm just like, okay, You know, it just defeats the purpose because they're thinking, oh, I'm good, this is going to happen every time. Also, how the schedule was, you're supposed to, mind you, it's a whole classroom with like 18 to 20 children at that. They don't have a long attention span, and you have to teach them these mini lessons within 15 minutes of each other. Like, I wish I could show y'all how the schedule is. Everything is timed out. Reading, writing, pop, everything. It's just not enough hours in the day. And I feel like without having that help, I feel like I honestly just didn't have enough help. And I know what you're thinking, why don't you just ask for help? And I did. I would ask for help. It just gets to a point to where I'm not going to keep asking help to certain people that want to catch attitudes or get irritated if, you know, they just showed me how to do something a couple weeks, you know, prior, and I don't know, or I forget because it's 30,000 other things that are thrown on my plate. Another thing with teaching is it's always something, and y'all, I was a long-term sub. I consider myself I say I'm a teacher though because I did everything a teacher does, and I don't get paid like a teacher. You know, they wanted me to come in and, in a sense, just know everything. It's like, I didn't know anything, y'all. I knew nothing. I didn't know how to put no grades in, nothing. And there are a lot of other things I feel like that go into this video, but I'm not trying to make it super duper long. It just got to the point where I felt like I didn't have enough help. I was getting very stressed. I would have to go home, do slides, my lesson plans every night. It was just like, go to work all day. You have to stay after for meetings or whatever you had to do, and then you leave, go home. I would go to the gym. As soon as I'm done working out, I would be tired because y'all not understanding. Standing in elementary school is different from high school and middle school. You are up with them kids talking 24/7. I was standing on my feet all day. You have to walk, and they have to take a bathroom break. You have to take them to PE. You have to take them to recess. You're taking them every day. You have to pull small groups and get up. You're doing so much movement. Y'all, teachers probably have so many steps on their watches.
So I used to work in the school system for a little bit. I used to sub and I used to coach for, you know, a little while. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now that some of them teachers, they be lying. Yes, your child is getting in trouble for things that they allow other kids to do. I'm gonna tell y'all, they don't like your kid. Like, there's some of y'all children that they just don't like and they don't care for.
There's good teachers and there's teachers who should have been fired in 2009.
So that's how they treat them. They're mean to them. They're bullies to them. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've had to literally like just protect some kids, especially in these white areas. Go check on your children. Go eat lunch with them. Go see how their day is. Just randomly pop up, bring them lunch, do something. Because I'm telling y'all right now, if they calling you every day and shit like that and you know your child.
Arizona schools are facing a teacher shortage and the problem is only getting worse. In just 4 months, to give you some context, more than 1,000 teachers have quit.
That's awful. State Schools Chief Tom Horn tells the I-Team's Craig Harris how to fix the problem. Craig?
How does a $10,000 raise sound? That's exactly what State Schools Chief Tom Horn said is needed to stop the mass exodus of teachers in Arizona's public schools.
It is a crisis because we're losing more teachers than are coming into the profession. So that's a real crisis.
State Schools Chief Tom Horn's office released a study this week. It showed more than 1,000 public school teachers have quit since July 1st, about the same number from district and charter schools, and nearly 300 quit after the school year started. But that's not all.
We have 4,000 vacancies.
Yeah, your kid might literally be taught by somebody who applied yesterday.
Being filled by long-term substitutes, which is not a good idea because they're not properly trained. We have 1,400 positions that haven't been filled at all.
Horn said teachers are leaving because of bad pay and a lack of discipline for students.
Matt Gress, who's a Republican legislator, my legislator from my district, had a bill to give everyone a $10,000 raise. That would have put us in the top 10 for starting salaries and would have solved a lot of problems. Unfortunately, it didn't pass.
Teachers ain't quitting the kids. They're quitting a system held together with glue sticks and excuses. If you made it this far, drop a comment and like the video, subscribe, and binge watch the next meltdown in the playlist down in the description because society only gets worse from here. See you on the next one.